Hey yo guys, how are you? So before I start this video, I actually just graduated last week and my thesis got selected in the top 10 in the COA NIASA thesis competition. Beauty नहीं है सिर्फ यहाँ पे, brands भी हैं baby. So I'm actually here to give you the best possible advice or advices that you can use in your life in school. From things to do before a project starts to summer vacations, I am giving you advice about everything. So fasten your seatbelts and let me make your life easier. By the way, this video is brought to you in collaboration with thearchitectsdiary.com. So I'm gonna start with advice for thesis students. Now if you're not at the thesis level yet, I would like you to still keep listening because you're gonna use it later on. So unlike all other design projects where a project is given to you, thesis is the time when you select your own project. And that is very important. Thesis is the time when you get to completely unleash your creativity. This is the time when you can literally do anything. So if you want my advice on this, I would advise you to stay away from topics where you just have to cram up from a book and put it on paper, because that will not do you any good. See, when I say don't do it, there's no harm in doing it, but there's no creativity in doing that either. Go completely nuts and choose a topic where you can completely show your inner genius. I actually have a video where I discuss a variety of thesis topics, so do check that out before making your final decision. Now let's move on to the next part, research. And now students of all year can relate. Now when you start your project, you are expected to do case studies. Why they are important is so that you can understand how other people have tackled problems similar to yours. See, there's a basic funda involved here. If you do not keep feeding information into your mind will stay as it is. It will not grow. Your creativity will not grow. Compare this to going to a gym. You can keep lifting 2 kgs in both hands for a lifetime, but that will not guarantee you muscles in any way. You will have to progressively increase weights or increase repetitions to have a good build. And the same thing goes for the mind. You need to have information completely coming into your brain, and only then will your output be so much better. Creativity is instinctual, yes, but it's not something that you just are born with. You can make your creative genius grow, and the only way to do that is feed it. Feed it information, feed it projects, feed it as much as you can, and only then will this monster inside of you grow and just puke out amazing things. Next up, let's talk about concepts. Even though I personally feel this needs a separate video on its own, but let me sum up some of the points here. Concepts are not things to be created one day before the jury. Understand that. To be honest, concepts are anything, any idea that you started your design with. In my second year, my concept was a sketch. One single sketch that I had made of what I want my dream resort to look like. From that sketch, I made on my complete design. No matter what, you all start your design with some idea in mind, with something in mind, and never ever be afraid to put that down on the paper. Don't be afraid of being ridiculed. You made this design in this way for a reason, and let that reason show. To be honest, this is actually how you will grow. Put yourself out there, show people how you actually made this design, and they might help you how you could make it better. Even if it's not good enough, the reason, they'll help you understand how you can make it better the next time. But do put yourself out there for that. Also, if you want to create amazing concepts and polish the concept that you already have, go back to my previous advice and just take in as many projects as you can. Read, watch documentaries, watch TV shows that are related to architecture. Just take in as much information as you can, because the more you put inside your brain, the more your output will be, the better polished your output would be. So if you want your concepts to be completely amazing, expose yourself to projects that are completely amazing. Now let us talk about teachers and approvals. To be honest, I hate hearing the words my design got approved or my design is not getting approved. Who is approving your designs? Only you can. They're your designs. The teachers are there to help you. They're giving their opinions on your designs, whether they like it or whether they think it's functional or not. The design is finally yours. The teachers are placed in school to help guide you, to help make you a better, a polished designer. But ultimately, you have to be the designer. To be honest, I completely hate the teachers that tell you something is wrong and do not even give you a reason for it. Or maybe give you a very silly reason and are not open to suggestions. If this is happening to you, my first advice would be to badger your teachers to have a discussion, and that means you would also put your point forward and so will they. You will talk when you have to and you will listen when you have to. If your teachers just do not want to talk to you, let those teachers be. To be honest, find a different mentor, find another teacher that you can talk to. Just let that teacher be, because that teacher, to be honest, is not interested in teaching you. The point is not to never have any disagreements. Me and my thesis guide used to be at each other's neck, used to shout at me. There used to be a lot of disagreements between us. But the main point was we always used to communicate with each other. I used to talk to him about what I want, how I wanted, and why I wanted. And he would give his counter arguments about what he thinks. The point here is to have an open communication with your teachers. Do not take my advice to start an outright war with your teachers. That is not my point. My point is for you to have a discussion with your teachers. And if your teachers are discussing with you, whether they agree with you or don't agree with you, whether they constantly disagree with you is not the point. The point is just communication. If they're constantly disagreeing with you, that is also cool, as long as they're just having a conversation with you. So whenever such a situation arises where a teacher does not like your design and they're trying to explain why they don't like it, I want you to hear that and not get angry, not reply back. First hear it and then prepare a logical counter argument if you see one. Just don't make up arguments because you're lazy and do not want to change your design. If you see a logical argument, make one and discuss with your teachers. Next up in my advice is juries. Now I have actually made a separate video about this. You can go look at that video, but I will try and sum it up here. Stop being afraid of juries. They are not just assessments of you, they are also discussions. You are discussing your designs with somebody who has worked in the field for many years. So chill, relax, take a deep breath and just go out and have a discussion, have a conversation with the juror. Even if the juror disagrees with you on something, that's okay. You can give your point, he can give his point. At the end, you can also agree to disagree. The whole point here is that jurors are not just here to assess you. Make sure you know that. And even if a juror is doing just that, just assessing you, just saying it's wrong and not giving any explanation, not communicating with you, I want you to not take that to the heart, not take that personally, because some jurors, especially old ones, trust me, are just like that. They just feel like youngsters do not know anything and they don't even want to teach. They would just give their opinions. So that's okay. If you realize that is happening to you and this juror is just going to go on and on, if you go on and on, just stay silent. Give your points and after that just stay silent and let him finish up with what he wants to. You cannot please everyone in your life. Last up is vacations, both summer and winter. घर पे मत बैठना अपने, पहले ही बता रहा हूँ. Traveling, workshops, internships, do anything, explore as much as you can, put as much information as you can in your brain. Just do something, do not sit at home at your vacations. Basically, this is the time for you to get exposure outside of your college. So when you travel to a new place, that is exposure. When you go to workshops, so SEPT has winter and summer school as well. You can go for those, that is exposure. There are so many workshops that also happen in Auroville. You can just go with them. There are so many internships that you could do. Have a local architect work under them. There's just so much you can do and so much you can learn. Just utilize this time to become a better designer. So that was it, you guys. I actually have much more advice for you, but I do not want to make this video long. Please comment down below if you want another part of this video. Also, this video is brought to you in collaboration with thearchitectsdiary.com. So if you're here on my channel, make sure you go and check theirs out. If you're watching this video on their channel, hey, my name is Rishabh. How you doing? You can find me on YouTube, Facebook and Instagram by the name Blessedarch. So see you there. Please like this video, please share this video and please subscribe to my channel. Bye bye.